Good morning, FlossTube. It's Cowgirl Kate, and in this video I'm going to feature just a few bits and pieces of the bling for the Pocketwatch Pixie. Now these are the items that I'm putting on. There's some of them. There's some of these. And then I have added in this color, and I have documented that in the pattern. This color of petite glass beads works really good for attaching these little gears in different places that they need to go. Down here I've kind of mapped out the different looks of the gears that I wish to add to her. And I've gotten several on already before I thought, oh, maybe I ought to stop in case anyone has any questions on how to, sew these on or, anything like that. Here they can see exactly how it was done and, enjoy it that way. So, over here, we have Miss Pocketwatch, and she has a few of the gears put on. For my Pocketwatch Pixie, I decided that I wanted to have everyone different. Just to kind of give her that kind of eclectic look, I wanted to have them all different. And so with that in mind, I just opened the packages and started playing around on the table, kind of putting some different combos together, and then sewed them on. A little technique or trick or whatever that I'm going to mention today is if you do decide to add these little, whoops, sorry, my camera fell. If you do decide to add these little gears and cogs, I recommend that you attach them first, because the sizes are going to vary, and who knows if the treasures that you find are going to be the exact same thing or, something better, who knows. But my recommendation is to stitch the little cogs or gears on first and then put the beads around, because that way you know that they'll fit. They aren't going to be crowded or squashed or whatever. Because this one up in here, I did bead all along up here, and then I stuck that one down in there, and it wasn't necessarily a pain in the butt to do, but these other ones I did first, and it was 10 times easier. So just a little, tips or tricks or whatever to kind of go along with how it played out. So anyway, I'm also going to zoom in here with another little trick. As I was working on her, you'll notice that there are half stitches there. There's one there. And then again over on the other side too, but I have to, play hide and seek to find them. The reason that I did that was, these cogs and such, they have, holes, and, kind of here you can really see through this one. It was just to kind of fill in the background a little, but also make it easier for when I was coming in to add the gears. I knew right where they were, because it was wherever the half stitches were, was where I needed a gear. So let's get to it. I got my next one that's going to get placed on here. So I'm just gonna get him on. Whoops, sorry, camera fell again. I have a very precarious setup here, I guess. Now with this one, I'm going to use a little bead to attach that down. Oh, I must have slipped it. It's not even on my string. There we go. This is not a very good setup, I'm sorry. Okay, now to anchor this guy really well, I'm just going to go out here. And attach a bead so that it's not going to be sliding around. This fairy is stitched on 28 count fabric because that's my favorite for fitting the beads. I guess I don't know how the beads would fit on 32. The gears would probably look a lot bigger just because, you know, they would be fitting differently. And now I'm going to come up into the next gear spot. And load my next one. And I'll just show you how I'm doing it. I'm just running the needle down through everything. Oops, that's the wrong gear. Sorry. I'm getting mixed up here. You can see Jasmine sitting in the window. She's as content as ever. I want to reincarnate as a cat. They got it made. Now this one is a little bit different. I'm just going to set the camera down. And so it's a two-handed job. And I'm just going to tack it down in several places. Just to keep it from, whoops, sorry, from sliding around. Oh, sorry, bouncing you guys around like crazy today. I have kind of a camera necklace in case you're wondering how the heck I'm actually doing this. So it's kind of funny. The biggest piece of jewelry I've ever owned, I guess. Just tucking that in to pull it pretty tight here. And I'm also going to go up here and anchor that really good. it doesn't slide around. I suppose I could give a farming update again since I'm sitting here. We had a really bad storm last night, a lot of wind and a lot of rain, but everything seems all right this morning. Chores are done and the boys are out working on their fair animals. So they're out of the house for a while and it's nice and quiet. And by that I mean there's no TVs on. TV kind of bugs me because it's loud. There's nothing good on. Okay, here is where it's a bigger space in between the veins of her wings, right up in here. So I'm going to add that big one that I mistook before, because this is where it's supposed to live. And I'm just, yeah, I like how that looks. So now let's put it together properly. And for this kind in particular, it is good to use a bead to anchor it down because it is kind of wide. And if you look down on this one here, you can see the string because I didn't put a bead on that one. But, you know, it's not going to matter to me. And this is just a dark bead like what is down here. These dark purpley copper ones. Just to kind of tie it together. Make it look like she's a matched set. And I want to get this one so that it's, you know, got a lot of black around it so you can really see, well, that's not black, but so you can really see the definition of the teeth on the little gear. I'm going to anchor this one so it stays right where I want it. And I'm pulling pretty hard on the back of the thread. You can see my hand pulling that string pretty hard so it doesn't slide around before I can get to the tension. In other news, we've spent the last 2 weeks really hitting the pastures hard because it's wild parsnip season. And oh my God, that stuff. If you don't know what wild parsnip is, Google search. Excuse me, I'm just going to make a little note here because this one is so big. I'm going to move this one up a space, and I'm just going to put the next one in here. Just, you know, because I can. She's the Pocketwatch. Why not? And my next one is going to be, I'm not sure. Maybe this one? No, that's too much bright together. More subdued look. Maybe that. That'll work. Let's see once. It's not like they can't be just popped off if it don't. No, I think that's too big. because I have a big one. There, see how easy that is? If you don't like something, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Anyway, I was talking about wild parsnip. It grows wild in my area, and it's a very obnoxious and invasive plant. I've had poison ivy before, and I would sooner roll around in a patch of poison ivy before I'd ever touch wild parsnip again. It is horrid. Just absolutely horrid. And, oh my God, the stuff. We've been doing a lot of fencing and replacing most of the pasture fences. So this is prime time for the wild parsnip, and you have to wear jeans and long sleeves, all that sort of thing. It is not fun, because if you touch it, it gives you a chemical burn, and it just kind of eats your skin. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. There. And that was just a leaf must have touched me when I was